Hey Art fans, Butch Hartman here. How's it going? Don't forget to like and subscribe to this amazing channel. Thank you, because you're amazing. Also, if you guys want me to do you a drawing, click the link down below. I'm doing commissions. And don't forget, I've got a brand new book. It is called Mad Hustle. Is this glary? Can we see this?
We can see it.
Okay. We can?
We can.
Can we read it?
We can.
We can. Okay, I can't. Okay, there you go. All right, so Mad Hustle is about how to pitch and sell a show in Hollywood. If you guys have a great idea and you've always wanted to get it out into the marketplace, maybe get a show on TV, get the book soon so you can learn how to do all these things. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Okay, so don't forget to get that. Click the link down below. All right, why are we here today? Mr. Cameraman, why are we here today?
I was under the impression that there were tacos.
Tacos, wow. I would, that sounds pretty good. Tacos. Sounds great. Anyway, all right, so yeah, no tacos, but we do have the next best thing, and that is that I'm going to be drawing stuff for you. That's right. Check it out. Hey, come over. I want to show you what I'm working on. Before we do that, I want to show you a couple things. Okay, so this is my sketch pad. So let's see what I'm doing. I was working on a few things here. I've got this. Can you see all this? Okay, so I was doing some little bit of Spider-Man, a little bit of Batman. I like making DC meets Marvel characters, things you don't normally see in the comics. That's kind of fun. And I'm doing this with a bunch of ink pens that I got here, which are fun. Here's a cool Batman drawing that I did, and a couple Batman drawings that are fun. I love putting tons of black areas, and when you go to ink stuff, it's just really cool. You got to be really careful with ink because the viewer's eye goes right to where you want it to when you use black ink. The black ink makes the viewer look right at that spot. So utilize that area in a wise way when you're doing your art. And don't be afraid to use a lot of dark black ink because it really can enhance your artwork. So hopefully that was clear. I think I'm being clear. Here's a Hulk I'm working on. And whenever I do the Hulk, he's got tons of wrinkles in his pants. I always like drawing extra wrinkles in the pants because obviously his Hulk thighs are much bigger than the Bruce Banner thighs. So you want to start adding as many wrinkles as you can. I don't know why his entire pants don't rip off. Maybe because they're G-rated comics. Maybe that's why. Okay, so, and then here's another Hulk here. You can see again with plenty of pants wrinkles here. I finished this one a while back. I still got to color in this shadow and stuff. And I wanted to get to a blank page. Look, another Hulk. This must have been a Hulk day. I was having a Hulk time. Another Hulk drawing. And here's another Hulk. I was just doing Hulk stuff. It's crazy. I got to ink this one. If I were to ink this, by the way, these are the pens I use. These pens are Pentel brush pens. And they have fancy, I think that's Japanese or Chinese writing on them. And they have a little, you can't get in that close, can you, Mr. Cameraman? Is it blurry? Getting blurry here?
There you go.
Okay, but they have like a little brush tip on them. And what's cool is you can, come over here and make sure you can see this. What's cool about this is you control your line by the amount of pressure you put on the ink tip. And so it's kind of fun. And so I'm just going to do the Hulk, another Hulk there. So you can see, like, if I was really going to get into the end of this, and I got to be careful because I'll lose all track of time. His eyebrow is kind of thick there. And get the eye going. Okay, so there you go. All right, so boom, there we go. All right, so I wanted to get to a page where, here's a Spider-Man page. Check this out. I was doing a little Spider-Man comic page. I don't actually work for Marvel Comics. I've kind of always wanted to, but I will sometimes always do my own little comic setups and my comic, some comic stories. I have no idea what this story is, just some really cool shots of Spider-Man swinging around the city. I'd have to break this down into panels and put, words up here and all that stuff, but a lot of fun to do Spidey poses. I really dig that. Oh, look at this. Two characters meeting, Elf Detective and Spider-Man meeting for the first time. That's kind of fun. And yeah, I got a lot of black to add here. This is Elf Detective, so if I were to color him in, I'd put a lot more black on his suit, more black in his hair. But right now, there's no time because I have a very special thing I want to talk about today. And what is that, Mr. Cameraman? What do you think? It's not tacos, it's?
The Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I want to talk to you about how to draw the Fairly Odd Parents, the secret to drawing the characters, and why all the characters are easy to draw from the Fairly Odd Parents if you use the right language. What do I mean by that? The Fairly Odd Parents was a TV show, as you know, and it was a cartoon show, and all the characters had to look like they fit into the same universe. And so, therefore, all the characters have to have their own language. I mean, there's a language, like if I were to write, something in English, it'd all have the same letters. It'd be a different combination of letters and syllables and pronouns and vowels and stuff like that. If I were to do it in Chinese or Japanese or German, it would all have to use the same set of pieces, I guess you would say. So Fairly Odd Parents, all the characters have the same sets of pieces. And let's look at these postcards that I found. Now, this, are you getting a good shot of this, Mr. Cameraman? This is a very early Fairly Odd Parents, is there glare on there? Okay. So anyway, this is a very early Fairly Odd Parents postcard that I did back in the Oh Yeah days. And you can see that the character shapes of the faces are there. You know what I mean? There's a curve. They have those curves on the sides of their face. They have the straight line in the back for the hair. You can sort of see this is a very early drawing of the Fairly Odd Parents, though. Timmy Turner has orange hair. Can you get a glimpse of that? Orange hair. And he's got a blue hat. I colored his hat blue because the very first drawing I'd ever did of him was blue. So when I started making this postcard, I'd already changed his hat to pink, but I wanted to try it blue one more time. So that's why this was done in blue. This postcard was done like in 1998. Very old postcard, like 20 years old. So you can sort of see the Fairly Odd Parents have not completely come into their final form though right there, that they're still pretty early in their design. Here is a later postcard of the Fairly Odd Parents. You can see that right there. I've got Timmy, Vicky, Cosmo, and Wanda on there, and their shapes are coming into a bit more of what we knew the final shapes to be in the show. And you can see Timmy's hat is pink there as well, sort of the evolution of what the fairies look like. And then this other postcard I really, really love, and I love the color on this one. This is one of the final postcards I did. I think did this one in 1999. But we were doing the Fairly Odd Parents as a short series of shorts by this time, and I'd really had been given the gift of time. It's a huge gift when you're developing a TV show. I had the gift of time. I was able to develop the look and the feel of the characters more than I would have been able to do had I only had a couple of years to do the show. By this time I'd been doing the show for like, I think it was 2 years. Yeah, but I had a couple of years to learn how to develop the show, which is great. And eventually I had 20 more years to do the show. So Fairly Odd Parents had a long, healthy life, thanks to all of you out there for being fans. So thank you. So you can sort of see their shapes and their final designs have really come into fruition there. And here's an actual other postcard that we did. And they're really looking good there. These are very, very, these designs were probably around 2004. And you see the more appealing shapes of Timmy, Cosmo, Wanda, just a lot more appealing. Not that these aren't appealing, but they're early. And you can see Wanda's eyes are blue. Wanda's eyes blue? Yeah, Wanda's eyes are blue there. They should have been pink. They became pink eventually. But you see how things start off one way and they end up, the same, but just a different way, a more refined way, I guess. But again, this is given the benefit of time. I had so much time to work on these characters and just develop them and draw them. I've probably drawn these characters 1,000,000 times. I'm not even joking around. But let's draw them right now. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So look, I found a blank page. So I got a variety of pens here, and I'll use my thicker brush pen. I can even use the Sharpie. A Sharpie pen is always a good way to give you a big thick line so you can see it on video. You always want to start a Fairly Odd Parents character. In fact, I'll put this postcard right here. You see their faces, how they have they have a curve on the outside of their face. All the faces start with that curve. Try to do, you're like, what is that? What's with the curve? Well, let me keep going. You want to move to the side of the curve. Imagine the face inside this head. And come over here and put a straight line over here. So you've got a curve and a straight. So like this, if I was writing a language, these are sort of the letters of my language, right? And then you want to draw an ear, which is a shape over here, like that, right? And then maybe just continue the straight right about there, like that. So you can see a head sort of taking shape right now. And let's do Cosmo on this side. So you put a straight line here, and then come way over and give him the first point on his head. You see the point up there. And then come way over and give him the rest of his hair like that. Right? And then Wanda, you kind of take it straight this way. But Wanda's got the big loop in the front of her head. So you would do that, and then end it up with a straight like that. So you can see the language, all these shapes are forming their own sort of language. You put a little swirly cue in their ear, right? And then I want to continue their neck all the way over here. I'm going to be connecting this eventually. 2 big circles for the eyes. And then 2 circles inside of those circles. And then 2 more circles inside there. Now Cosmo's got these big rectangular eyebrows. And he has 4 teeth. 3 lines make 4 teeth. Put a mouth right there. Now you have the little nose. But you see how there's 2 different characters, but virtually all the same pieces, virtually all the same lines, all the same shapes, eyebrows, eyelashes, mouth. Because if I covered up their hair, they're pretty much the same face, you know? And then I put their crowns up here, line, and then an M. Line, and then an M. Sort of an M on top there. Wanda has an earring and another little swirly cue back there. So that's kind of their faces. And then their bodies, you want to connect their necks, but their bodies are just triangles. Put their feet here, go over, feet, go over, like that. A line, his collar. And the hands, those famous Fairly Odd Parents hands, I call the hands golf clubs. Magic wand. And so there you go. And I put a wing on Cosmo. I got to put a wing on Wanda. Got a lot of junk back there, but that's her wing. Wanda has lips like that, you know. Now, so we have pretty much the same character shapes, the same pieces. It's almost like a cookie cutter in a way, you know, and you can see that they look pretty much like these characters here. Now, I had a little more time on these. I got to color them and use better ink lines and color it in Photoshop and everything, but that's just a better looking drawing. These are done quick and Sharpie on a sketch pad. But if I wanted to draw Timmy Turner, it's the same thing. Let's do a Timmy Turner real quick. We use the nice pen with Timmy. Let's see, we'll use this big, thick, nice pen. Hopefully there's ink in it. All right, so with Timmy, we do the same thing. Got a curve there, right? I do this straight. Over here, he's facing the other way this time. There's his ear. And I love this pen because I can do thick and thin lines. It's so much fun. This is a zebra pen, and it's really kind of fun. So, and his hat comes all the way down here. And then his hair goes up, that one line. Are you getting hungry for tacos, Mr. Cameraman?
All the time.
All the time. All right, come around this side over here. So, I'm gonna do his mouth first, so I know how much space I have for his eyes. And then there's his face. And we will take it down like this. So that's our little Timmy Turner. I'm going to kind of color in some shadow on his hat there. We'll color in his mouth. But the secret to drawing Fairly Odd Parents characters is to use the same shapes, the same language. And that's what creates a great looking character lineup. Because you got to admit, when Timmy Turner goes into another show, he doesn't really fit. We put him in Jimmy Neutron and it didn't really fit exactly. So we had to make him fit. And then Jimmy Neutron came into Fairly Odd Parents, also didn't fit, so we had to design him to make him fit, in the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. So there's a Timmy Turner, a bit of ink there, we sign our name. Do another face of Timmy over here just for the heck of it. Make him laughing. You can squash his face a little more. Close his eyes. And we're going to just make him all excited to be alive because he has fairy godparents. So there you go. You can do this face, this face. There's another way to, if you want to make him look angry, you can squash him down even more. Bend his hat. His hat should always reflect his mood. If Timmy's angry. So if he's upset, there you go. Happy, upset, confused. Do the confused look. But once you know all these pieces, and once you know the language, once you get fluent in designing your own characters, and you know all the pieces, it's almost like playing guitar. Once you know all the notes, you can make any song you want. So once you know all the pieces of your character, you can put them in any pose you want. So there you go. All right, there we go, guys. I hope you learned something off of, some of these drawings I've done. I really appreciate you guys watching today. Thank you so much. And, I'm just going to read the rules here. See what the rules say. The rules say that, the rules say it's time for the video to end. So we're going to wrap this up right now. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to get my new book, Mad Hustle. Click the link down below, learning how to how to pitch and sell shows in Hollywood. Hopefully this will give you guys some really good insight, and keep practicing those characters. Keep practicing your drawings, keep practicing your own stuff. It's gonna be so much cooler. Yes, drawing other people's stuff is awesome. When we can do your own stuff out of your own head and create your own world in your own language, it's gonna be so empowering for you and so much fun. So keep at it. Don't get frustrated. I know it can be frustrating sometimes, but don't let yourself get frustrated because it's worth it. It's worth it to continue pushing through because you're going to get some really great results at the end. Okay? All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. And don't forget, art gives you power. Use it wisely. Hey, Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen.
Click here to check out my other YouTube channel, the NOOG Network.
Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.